Going to be doing some cooking tomorrow, so let's see what I'm going to be making. Plan is these Korean braised short ribs out of this book. Got our beef instead of pork. Oh, it does say beef on the recipe. Never mind. Oh, I thought it was a pork rib recipe. Got all of our other stuff from Mise en Place. Just gotta chop it up and toss it into marinade for a day. Oh god, I hope that's enough soy. I don't know where they keep the big bottle. And personally, I like teriyaki a lot more than soy. Soy's just, I don't know. Teriyaki's a better sauce for marinating that sort of stuff, but, you know, only if you're going to use it on some good stuff. I'd sort of classify these as good stuff, but not in the way we're preparing them. Besides, probably can't see on there, but it says Chuck grade, so definitely wouldn't be using, or choice grade, I should say, not Chuck grade. So wouldn't be using that on that quality meat anyway. So more like select or above. Never mind those personal opinions on cooking. Off my knife really quick. Had to get a set of knives for a cooking class I had, and in order to make sure mine stood out and were unique, I chose the color closest to Twilight Sparkle as I could find. So mine are the big neon girly girl colors, although a girl in my class had this really cool floral pattern on her knives, and I was always oohing and awing whenever I saw those. So she knows I was jealous of them. And then, of course, I had a friend who was a professional knife and had all of the Japanese sushi knives and those sort of things, and everyone in the class, including Chef, was oohing and awing over those, and he was like, yeah, come on, go play with them, try them out a bit. And it's like, I'm too scared to cut off a finger if I mess up by accidentally. But no, he was a cool guy. He was one of the nicer ones that had a lot of experience, that was actually willing to calmly and gently correct you instead of judge you and say you're wrong after the fact. So yeah, him, a couple other guys, and Chef were definitely the nice ones, and I don't know, just a couple guys in that class, but you know, in the end, we all were good and had fun together. Anyone who stuck it out to the end of that class, you know, really, you know, we had good camaraderie and could work together really well. So honestly, if you want to learn teamwork, cooking class, if you're trusting your life around fire and knives and food that could potentially poison you if you don't prepare it correctly, which is generally what happens if you don't cook anything. Like, you have to get these up to high enough temperature or else you could get some bad diseases that will leave you in the bathroom for weeks until you have to get airlifted out to the emergency room. But anyway, you don't want to learn about that stuff, but you have to learn about that stuff if you're going to cook in any sort of minorly professional setting. Wow, I could even ramble about cooking instead of actually doing the cooking. Fun times. I knew I got that wrong. Choice grade is a good grade for beef, which is what that is. But I was also right in I didn't really want chuck as something I would treat as a super marinated thing. I definitely go with a different section of the cow for that. I mean, chuck is the one that's supposed to be tougher, denser, because it's right there in the shoulder, you see. And makes a really good hamburger because you have good decent meat with decent binding properties. I mean, go you would definitely not use round or sirloin because you'd need to add a bit of fat or use some sort of collagen to that to get them to bind. But yeah, choice choice grade of any of those would definitely be good for teriyaki marinating, but chuck definitely better for burgers, stews. A lot of good stuff that you can make with a good piece of ground chuck. Although I had a teacher who was a programming teacher who, in order to make fun of his daughter, making fun of him, he was going to use a very good piece of round to make hamburgers with. Think about that one. It should be noted that I have the place all to myself, so I can easily talk more and do other stuff freely while preparing the food. Right, cat? 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 Hi, cat. You're internet famous now. There's everything assembled for now. Just gotta cover it and then let it marinate for about a day. Definitely gonna go less because I gotta get this start cooking around this time tomorrow. Other than that, just gotta clean up right now. So see you tomorrow. Okay, take 3 on this. Don't have any footage of me getting the meat seared up and put in the oven, very loud TV in the next room, and it was a quick thing anyway. You just sear the meat, then add the marinade and some additional liquid over it. You usually have to eyeball how much additional liquid you have to do, just enough to cover the braised items that you're making. You just really get a knack for it once you start going. Or start cooking a lot is just eyeball it. A lot of cooking comes down to knowing how to eyeball and figure out what the right to taste is, or just what is right after doing certain dishes over and over and over again. And, usually with stews and braised dishes, it's the just enough is enough to cover the item you're cooking. Then same goes for like poaching. It's just enough water or just enough wine to put the food under the liquid, unless you're doing shallow poaching or pan frying. And anyway, those are all different things. You figure out all the different styles of those. And yes, pan frying is way different from sauteing, in case anyone's wondering. Pan frying is actually poaching but with oil, whereas sauteing is that thin layer of oil between the meat and well, not necessarily meat, but any dish and the pan. Pan frying can take a few minutes. Sauteing is totally done in the time you do one side of pan frying. So, two different things. Anyway, for stuff like stews and braising, since this is a braised dish, you just do the thin layer like you're sauteing, a thin layer of oil like you're sauteing it, and brown it up that way. The reason why you do browning is to lock in the flavor and lock in the juices before cooking it, and it really adds to the taste. If you've ever gone out and gotten a braised ribs, or braised egg, braised anything really, you know that if you're seared up browned meat or is there, you can really taste a lot more of that flavor in it, and plus it adds the juices to the pot, which adds to making the better sauce for it. If especially good with stews when you're having to thicken it up and make a really meaty or rich sauces, having juices in the pot. We're going to be making a bit of rice for this dish in a bit, and after that, just gonna, hopefully it turns out good. And yeah, it's just going to be plain steamed rice, which will be very good. To put the meat on top of, we got just get all the juices into something that can absorb them. Although, get your rice right, it's already absorbed a lot of liquid. Then yeah, those would be good. That's just a good simple combination of things, and hopefully it'll all be really good. Probably will be. I'm sure of it. Ooh, and here's our final product. Tender and nice, should be going fine. Rice almost done, so that's a good combo. Well, see you in a bit.
So
tell you how it
turned out well. At least that part.
Guess the memo was missed on the white rice front because brown's fine. Probably why it took so long to cook. Expecting just a good simple white rice there, but everything else turned out really good. Meat was really good, very tender. Recommend that recipe if you saw it and stole it from the front. Really simple. I walked through as much of it as I could, but it's not much much else I can do. Back to the first part of the video. Why you didn't really see me doing any of prep one. It was very short too. Don't really have the battery or capacity to film an entire segment like that all the time. So, besides, like I said, it was very short, no highlights. I know everyone liked the dinner, and it was good. It was good. I don't know. I don't think there's much change. Really good marinade brought out the flavor, and definitely the braising helped tenderize it and get the flavor really strong in it. A lot of leftover water and stuff from the marinade, but yeah, that sort of happens if you're not making the sauce, and I don't really think this one could have been made into a sauce. Yeah, would have been weird. That was the second most this is my second cooking project on here. Hope you liked it. Hope this was a very good change of pace from having 2 pony review videos in a row. And if there was a jump cut just there, it's because the airplane flying over. Hey, don't start wildfires, man. Wildfires in a drought zone, but yeah. Don't know what my next cooking thing will be, but I never do. Hopefully it will be a while before another review video too, so got that. Other than that, hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to be the good people I know you are, and see you around.